What's up, everyone? We are live. You got a big day today. We are updating our dashboard. We'll review our to-dos from yesterday, but this app is really coming together now, especially now that we got a lot of the listing functionality there. And first things first, let's go ahead and update the password here so we can stop seeing this error come up. There we go. All right. How is everyone doing today? Let's get into the scene here. All right. So, we've done a week straight. We have done one whole week straight. And let me tell you, it's crazy. It is crazy the amount of productivity I've done in a week. This is a cheat code to grinding, to building, to studying, to doing so many different things. It really, really should be used more. And so we're going to keep the streak going. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep coding. We're going to keep building. We're in a really good place with our app here. And we're going to keep adding on to that. So we'll kind of review what we did yesterday. We'll look over our photo gallery here. And then we could talk about what is needed to be built today. So as always, let's go ahead and get our setup in place. Let's go ahead. No, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. I already forget the Tmux commands, I swear to God. And honestly, all right, I need to ask this question. For Fable. Should be more than my subscription. We gotta make sure that we're just not getting destroyed with how many tokens we could be using here. We're using Opus. We'll probably stick with Opus. See, this is something I would totally see them do is you would use your subscription plan and then you would use Fable up to what your allowance was, and once you use up to your allowance of token usage, they just straight tokenized API tokenized billing to you to just then all of a sudden you think you're just paying $100, $200 a month, and all of a sudden boom, you're hit with $10,000 a month, what your actual computing cost is, which is pretty laughable. So with that being said, we're just gonna keep rolling with Fable. I've enjoyed Fable. I've enjoyed a lot of some of the decisions it's made. Some of them not so great, but the pace of how I'm moving has been great for me. It really has. It's been great for me to not only make sure that we are retaining information, we are also understanding what's going on here with our process. So let's get into our to-dos here. Okay, so let's kind of go over a recap of what we did yesterday. We cleaned up a lot of DTOs. We added the generated fields for feed preview and is active. And the photo gallery we got working, which is great. The photo gallery is a big, big portion of this application. And then with the cloud infrastructure we set up with the CloudFront CDN, we are getting very speedy load times on all those photos, which is great. All right. One thing off the bat that I didn't check yesterday is our delete function here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our delete function here. Let's take a look at our delete function. What is going on with that delete function? And like, all right, we already found our first fix here. We want to please add is archive to. Should I keep photos or should I not keep photos? Let's see. Give me reasons. Give me reasons to keep photos and not keep photos. Photos and use basically soft versus hard delete based on public photos, not private. All right, so let's take a look at some pros and cons, and then this will help us make the decision of what we want to do here. What is up? It's a great day today. We are after it, as we are every single day. We're only gonna do a few hours today because I have quite a bit of client work actually to get done on top of this. So we're just gonna have fun, build this, and get back to it. I think the what is interesting here is if it's cached and the cache would cache the URL and it would go to look at the URL for the integrity there. Let's just get a quick expansion on this. About this more, please. So I think we're just going to move to having a soft delete. I think everything just probably needs to be a soft delete. This is it. So we would have to, so that's the issue. That's actually the issue there. So if we are storing this between a cache, we would actually have to send a request to remove that URL when we do a delete. What would the request to CloudFront look like to delete the cached URL for the image? So that's the issue. We delete the image, we hard delete the image, and we still have the cached URL of that source. And what is it? It's just usually passing headers in the call. You just invalidate the policy. So you invalidate the cache. We're gonna soft delete because we don't want to add that complexity of doing that, because every time we would hard delete, again, these photos do get cached with the URL and they would exist, and then try to pull from something that is not there. And we don't have to really worry about that now, but when we have more and more users use the app, what can happen is there could be no photos being shown. And that is not what we want to do here. What we want to do here is soft delete. So let's implement a soft delete on the company photos and update the delete photo function. All right, and then let's run it and actually get the take a look at the photo gallery as well. Look at some of our progress we made as of yesterday. We're up and running. So that's part of our to-do there. We'll get to this right after we get the soft delete out of the way. But we need to show the photos we have in our photo gallery. So we look at My Company. My Company has photos. These photos are draggable here. Then when you drag the photos, we made a request to update the main photo there, which is perfect. We just now need to see these photos in a company listing. So what we could do is let's switch who we're logged in as. We're going to switch who we're logged in as to be another company's admin. So we're going to remove this admin and we'll pick up another admin right here. So we'll get a new admin in. And we see the profile photo here and we see the additional photos. I honestly think this gallery needs to change. All right. You know what? I wanted to make it more of the Airbnb type scroll, and we could look at what that looks like right now. With Airbnb type scroll is there is no indicator below, and it's kind of just like an H-stack scroll where you could just scroll the element in horizontally. So this is what I was thinking for images. Let's click on one of these and take a look. No, I like our implementation. It's fine. Let's just blow up the image to be a lot larger. Let's increase the size of our company view image to be a lot larger. Of our company listing images to be a lot larger. Take up more of the screen. The screen, should I implement image resizers now as middleware for uploading photos now to have larger, more uniform size. All right, so now we might get into having to add image sizers here. So essentially what we're going to be doing is when you upload this photo, right now we're just storing the single copy of this photo. Obviously, for showing it with low bandwidth and so many other different things, we need to think about generating multiple pixel quality images here to show at different bandwidths, and as well have an image resizer here to show all these at the same size. As at right now, we are just blowing up the image to fit here, and some of these images are cut off. Let's take a look at the plan here and see if we want to kick it off and make some modifications to it and get started. Let's go find image resizers to kick off in the back. So what we could probably do is create triggers. We'll have to get AWS up. Dang, AWS changed up everything here. Whole new auth page for AWS. Probably about time. We got to add in this here. Well, they sent me a verification email. It's not. Uh, 397. Wait, what? I don't even know what I was just signing up for. Okay. Let's go ahead and complete this scan here. And burn a kajillion tokens. How do I kick? Not true. It's uploaded from the back end. That's not true. See, it thinks that this is not calling my API, but this is actually calling my API. Oh no, let's take a look. What is it actually doing? There it is. It gets the upload URL and then it goes to S3. Okay, so it does go directly, but it does call our backend to get the pre-signed URL. Okay, so we do have a way to do it where we could do. We don't need to do that. See, I had a feeling it would say don't even do it. Well, we just use an S3, so use an image upscaler here. All right, let's ask real quick about this. I think we're just gonna have to make a Lambda function here that has a trigger for uploading images. Because we could really easily see when something comes up there and hit the trigger, which is nice. Yeah. Is this preferred? Client. These are the big decisions here we got to make. Yeah, I had a feeling. So, I mean, once they get the pre-signed URL, they could just upload anything. Like, we have really no checks to say, oh, it's too large, too small, too whatever. Okay, let's add the image loader. The image resizer on the client side, and go over the S3, over the Lambda enforcement. And I want to add that now. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a cloud function here. Image uploader enforcer. Sorry, off screen I'm creating the function itself. I'll bring it on screen in just 1 second. So we'll kick off the async task to use some of the iPhone's compute to be able to resize the image. All right, and then we will get this in here, and then we will go ahead and take a look at what we use to go ahead and do this. And then once we have that, we will work on the trigger function here. Okay. Check my S3 buckets for uploads and verify side. You know, yesterday I did 3 hours sitting down, and it's just not optimal to do that. You want to stand up. Sitting down will kill you. You got to stand up, man. There we go. What file runs in the... Okay, show me, brother. I think we're going to go ahead and... All right, let's go ahead and... Okay, let's go ahead and create this Lambda here. So... What is the max bytes I should enforce? Let's do 10. What is this formatting? I think it is F. It is. All right, get a good little printing error message here for debugging later. God, Python. It just feels wrong to do that. Okay, this looks good. We need reject logic. Logic now to okay. Let's get our rejection logic in. So we have our just printing logic in. We need rejection logic to actually stop it from being uploaded to our S3 bucket if it's too large. Let's change the groove up a bit. Get something a little bit more upbeat, a little more energizing. So it's issue here because the function I'm going to do is object created in S3, and object created in S3 means that it will be there. And thinking of way ahead, it could be too large. Uh, so I think the content length. So what we could do is instead of doing this, this is going to be retroactive actually. This is going to be retroactive. Set the trigger function. All right, so we could still use this function. I'm just gonna have to get on the API level. Okay, so let's take a look at our pre-signed URL code here, and this is where we could put in what we need. Help me. So we're gonna add that soft delete feature as well, kind of doing some multitasking here. But we're just gonna have to set this, we're gonna have to just modify, we're gonna have to modify this upload request to take in something different. And what that thing is it needs, the policy to say, we need to have a content gate right here to not go over 10 megabytes when using the generate pre-signed URL here. So we are going to go ahead and do that. Get that in, and then next up, what we're going to do after that is we are going to finish our Lambda function, and our Lambda function is just going to create a few different sizes of everyone's image so that we could have a low res and a medium res version of their image as well to be used within the application. Okay. Length policy to the pre-signed URL for URL generate upload. Where do I? We got deleted at in here. Got the migration, and we need to check to see if that delete has been removed as well. Let's go take a look and see if that has been. It'd be in the service. Change the. So the size cap, interesting. Okay. Yes. Size cap of 10 for image uploads. So let's go ahead and change the pre-signed URL to include this. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are saying the max upload image bytes is 10 megabytes. We are generating the upload URL and we're making edits to it. Yeah, cool. Generate upload URL. Let's take a look. It's in our S3 controller. And let's see where that is. Okay, let's go to. I'm not sure about this implementation because we're not uploading the image there. What we're relying on is receiving a content length from the client side, it looks like, which is just not correct because I need to just take that image validation itself. And again, the image validation, let's see if this could even work with S3. Let's update our test. Do you use AI for coding? I use AI to help me generate some code. I'm mostly just trying to review it, and I kind of just game plan on top of it. It gives me a lot more time to think about the infra, think about how we build things, think about the business logic, and then yeah, just have AI generate code for me. I really don't have it agentically create code for me. It's more over me deciding what to do and then having AI generate the code for me. Another day in the house, of course. Another day in the house, man. Should we switch it up? So we switch up the vibes to something different. We got trap going. It's not really house. We can switch it up. I don't know if these... It's a little too hype, and I think it's been kind of distracting. Let's get some lo-fi on. This is like straight study. No. This should be good. Some little jazz, hip hop is pretty solid. We'll vibe with this. All right, how is generate upload getting content length? Check the controller. Like, I think this is not correct. I mean, what we want to fight against is when you upload the image, it's gated correctly. I think this is incorrect, but we will see what it looks like, and then we could pop it off and try something new. Give me a sec. Should we get the preset URL? Too big. If uploaded directly to the cloud. All right. Yeah. Okay, I don't want that. How do we fix that? Client side manipulation. Okay, I see how it works now. Thank you. And this is why AI is a cheat code, because it is so good at explaining a lot of different things. Oh, this is great. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are uploading our image. So how do we get the upload URL? So how we upload is we make a request to get the pre-signed URL, and then we use that pre-signed URL to send a post request to upload the image. So how do we verify that it's the correct size? Well, when we are creating the pre-signed URL, we pass in a content length. and that content length needs to match exactly what the pre-signed URL is. And even if they change that value to be, 200 gigabytes, the thing is, AWS verifies the content length of the pre-signed URL with the actual content length of the image. Declare content type. Okay. Size is fine. Should I just have my AWS Lambda function take care of removing and deleting an image? Just, or better yet, we're thinking way too far ahead here. I think we need to come back to earth here. We're thinking too far ahead within the scope of the application. All right, I think this is fine. We're not going to worry too much about this. We're not going to worry too much about this at all. What we are going to do is we are going to update the client side to include content type. So we have to update this. Let content length in 64. And then let's go back and let's update to include content length here. How do I use my logger? No, we can just have this rejection come from the back end. But we did add the logger here, which is good. We'll probably have to use that logger in the future. Logger. Is there an error in error object to catch? Do you not have it? God, do you not have it? You do have it, but it's optional. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, it gives me an implicit error constant. Interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's add the size now. Content length, which is the size of the image to the get upload URL function. And do we have that gated? Where's content length? It's right there. Generate upload URL. I think it should fail quicker. Fails right there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Oh, I forgot to update his protocol. Yep. We're going to update the protocol. Who is it? JPEG data.count? Let's take a look at the Swiss photo UI real quick. We want to filter for count. Photo uploaded in Swift. It is count. You know, this documentation, it's like, why don't you just show me? Let's read the documents. You know what? Let's kick it old school here and let's see where it would have said this. So it's in the photo picker. Here we go. That wasn't it. Still max selection count. We just want count. I mean, there's nothing here that's not max selection count. What is this function? It is JPEG data. Take a look at JPEG data. Like, how would you even know? Here, photo picker item. This has to be it. It's gotta be the photo picker's item. Take a look. Yeah, thank God for the internet as I'm going through these docs to be able to find this. All right, so it gives us it in bytes. This looks good. Let's go ahead and move through it now. What is up, y'all? What are you guys coding today? Let me know in the comments. Would love to know what you guys are up to today. Are you building anything today? Is it just another day at the job? They got you pushing pencils? What's going on? So what we're going to do is do a quick update here. And then what we're going to do next is we are going to move fix a fee preview bug. Not sure what that was. Photo gallery. All right, so we completed this. Nice. That's already done. And that's already done. And this, I'm not sure what this is. But what I know we need to do is I know we need to update the dashboard. So let's get into updating our dashboard. Very nice. Let's run through a test here. Let's update the... So let's go to our dashboard. And we could just kind of just replace pretty much all this. So let's comment this, and then we could change the tag number here to represent the new changes. And then this should pull in what exactly we want here. Nice, but we have... That must be in the... Gotta remove this. You're not being used, are you? Where's the... This is the tab navigation. Where's the actual... Let's see where you are being used. It's right here. This will get up what we need here. There we go. Now we got a way better look here. And we will test uploading of photos, but obviously we want to come into our S3 service. And we'll throw some debuggers in here. And let's upload. Yeah, we gotta definitely upload some photos. Content length is coming in with the bytes. Very nice. Perfect. Perfect. This looks really good. I really like this. All right, so we have security on uploading photos. We could do something more with the resize. I know we do need to resize. Because we need this to be huge. We really do. But it's not needed now. But what we will do is just on upload, we will have a Lambda trigger run on S3 object created to go ahead and create us new versions of that and upload it to S3. So the last thing that we're going to do in this session, because I do have quite a bit of actual client work to do today, is we are going to create the... Are we going to create the favorites? I kind of don't want to create the favorites yet. Let's think of something else that I could hit while we are here. So as you can see, the services are not enabled here. So the services aren't showing here. So we can fix some bugs from yesterday. Let's go ahead and do that. Auth. So we'll quickly toggle back to another user rebuild. And then we'll move through it. So you have it. Yeah. Oh. So let's go ahead and add it. So there's two ways. Let's add the show on. Very nice. All right, that's exactly what we wanted to see. And then services. Why are services not showing? This is one. Let's throw a breakpoint in. So now that we've done this, let's go ahead. Let's go back here. Let's throw in a breakpoint. Where was that at? It was in my company's view, actually. So we got that there. That's good. My company view, and let's go to load listing. And let's see if it's even there. It's actually not company view. It is, sorry, it is not my company view. It's company's view is the name of it. And then we go to load listing. Oh no, we just do it here with the load companies. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think top service is not being set for proto-coding because it only gets set when you create a new service. And I haven't created any, this is all legacy services. So what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and recreate services. So I think it's just because top services has not been triggered. Let's go ahead and. So top services gets triggered when. Okay, so all I have to do is create a new service and that will re-trigger the whole flow here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's go into our view model. Let's go ahead and comment this out. Comment this in. And there we go. Yes. So issue there was, sorry, this is the wrong user. My apologies. Why is top services not being set? Synced whenever. Okay, so let's check. This is for a company when where is the top services sync happening? All right, we're going to sitting down. My back's killing me. Jesus. Oh, that's what I get for squatting and doing legs this morning. But I'm happy to stand. Oh. All right. Oh. Whew, so much easier to sit. You gotta stand. You gotta make sure you're moving that bike. All right. Sync top services. Sync top services. Create service never sets it? Really? It doesn't. Wow. Let's just double check that with the DB. That is a real bug. No, they all are as active true. Okay, let's go back and let's test a few things here. So we're gonna remove this and sign with the other user. And we're gonna log in, but it is coming in as is active true. I don't know what it's talking about. It's 5. Oh. Interesting. So on the update, okay, so there is a bug. On the update, we're not. Okay, please add is active updates to each to the update service. Okay, so it's using the default of false there. So all these are defaulted to false, and I didn't put in logic here, as you can see here, for it to actually change as active to true. So we'll go ahead and do that in the company service request. In the company service request. It is there. Let's update the test, make sure the test works just fine. Okay, updated that to handle the new is active. Is this even what I called it? Yeah, okay. Duh. All right, let's go through it. Let's get this in. Let's upload a new let's create a new service, and the new service should handle the top services for us. No. Okay. All right, we're gonna go update it with the new service and get the top services there. Oh no. There you go. Let's update the test there. No, it's in the right place. Dang it. Why are you still complaining? All right, change service field. Okay, let's go ahead and update that there. So we're switching it all to is active. And then have all the view logic used as active as well. And then once this is updated, we will go ahead and upload a new service and have the sync services function run. Well, actually, it happens even if I do an update, so we should see it in the update. Does anyone else get just a ton of scam calls? I get at least 5 a day. I swear to God, they're so annoying. Do you have any good ideas on how to stop all these spam calls from coming in? All right, let's go ahead in here, and what we can do is switch it off. Oh, and click save. There we go. So it taped as a string on the company. All right, we got it there. Let's go reap the rewards of completing this bug and fixing it here. So let's go here to auth view model. And then let's go ahead and switch off to the our other user with a different company. And let's go ahead and see what we see here. Hi, man. How are you? Can I ask you something? Yeah, of course, man. What's up? Do you think learning the front-end design is worth it, or is AI just a solution for that? God, what a great question. I appreciate you bringing me such a hot topic question here. I mean, God, these design... I mean, first off, front-end architecture, like creating the front end, handling latency, making actual decisions for loading different objects and different things like that, that part of the front end will always be there. But the part of the front end that's just simply, using Flexbox to style things or understanding, SAS or Less or any other styling framework, Shad CN. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but I kind of want to say it, so I will say it, which is I'm very impressed with the AI designing tools. When you do prompt to design, they look really good. Obviously, you need to do some little tweaks to them, but they do a really good job. And for me, as a front end design, like I don't even write front end code for the most part anymore, unless it's literally doing some logic with loading, handling latency, or setting up state architecture. Like anything that's actually creating a view, I do not write anymore. I don't take the time to learn any of, I've already learned them, but I'm not really spending any time learning any of these new things. And honestly, everything now with styling is just using Tailwind's classes. So you just add in the classes to everything to make it work, which is, there'll be a new paradigm for doing it in the future. I would say if you want to be on the front end, understanding JavaScript is extremely important. Understanding how browsers work are extremely important. And if you want to be I would also want you to include mobile too, because this is part of the front end. You can't just be web dev. Learn about the browser more, learn about how to set up architecture, learn about things you need to solve on the front end. We talked about latency, we talked about page load, we talked about, first contentful paints. You want to make sure those are all showing up fast. You want to make sure error handling's there. You want to make sure accessibility is there, and you want to make sure translations are there too for switching between different languages. Like these parts of the front end, I think will be around, and you're not gonna see these be replaced anytime soon. But yeah, just straight styling, man. I don't know. I mean, do you enjoy styling stuff? Do you enjoy designing? If you enjoy designing, then yes, you should still do it. But yeah, it's kind of scary how good these AI designers are. But you will fall into, I bet you what will happen is eventually these AI designers will all start looking alike and all start looking the same. So maybe maybe designers who did everything themselves, never really adopted AI and are really, have their own design methodologies in place to create very UI UX friendly designs. They might thrive in the future. It's hard to predict, man. But yes, for me, in conclusion, and for me, I don't write any styling code now. I basically have AI write all my styling code. And for this app, I'm just using bare bones Swift UI. And when I go to design this, I'm probably just going to use some AI design tool, create some mockups, and then go ahead and have the AI use it. I've actually looked at other live streamers who have done this, and I've seen very, very good results when you have the mockup. So the mockups still need to be created, but I'm not going to waste any time actually designing. I mean, the web will always be here. The web will always be here. So you don't really need to. Honestly, if it's up to me, just keep learning everything. Software engineering, you have years to pick up as much as you can and learn everything. Obviously, you'll have specializations. Like for me, now I'm pulling into more of a back end role now, but my specialization was front end. But even when I was a front end, I would spend so much time learning other different things. So it's definitely not something I would say don't learn. I would say be cognizant of the tools now, because understanding just styling in general, man, it could all just be given to the AI, AI to do. All right, like for example, we're gonna make a design change right now. I want this to actually be not tab like that. I forget what this is called. Chips, not tab like chips. Chips and rows is what we want here. For the services on the company listing, the top services we show, I want them to be to take up the whole row. pick up the whole row and not just be chips. Yeah, I mean, another thing about... Well, I appreciate that. I kind of just thought of that out of nowhere, but I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been coding for so long, man. I've just been in this field. I mean, since 2013, so 13 years now. That's kind of when I really started getting into coding, man. So I appreciate you. But these nuanced predictions now with AI is just it's very hard to predict the future. And a lot of people just want to say it's over. They want to give you the easy answer here. I mean, and then look at this. Like, you're going to waste your time learning exactly what this is doing here. A V stack, okay, it's going to line up and down instead of H stack, which is left and right. And it's just going to take the full width. Simple as that. But yeah, back to that. A lot of people will say software engineering is gone for. I mean, AI needs code to run. AI needs software engineers to keep it going. I am moreover myself kind of moving into distributed systems engineering. I really have enjoyed that. I have enjoyed thinking about the applications in production, how to keep them always up, how to handle concurrency, how to handle bandwidth, how to do so many different things with asynchronous tasks, workers, queues, API gateways, all these different things within the system design interview process that you talk about a lot. I have been more and more interested in those. And if you're getting into backend, I would recommend you also check this out if you already haven't, is distributed systems engineering. It is really where I'm pivoting to now. And I can't wait to really, once I get this app deployed, we are going to be setting up some really good systems around it to make sure that it's ready to handle if any social media post goes viral and I get 15,000 viewers to this app, we're able to handle all this traffic seamlessly, because having your app down is money. I mean, you're losing money anytime your app's down. So I would recommend getting into that. But distributed systems engineering, security, ML, obviously, AI, and that's really what you kind of have to get into now. I feel like web dev, just in general, was a way for you not to dive deep into learning all this, because when I was starting off, you just needed to understand Angular JS to get a job. Really, that's all I needed. And it got me my first job. It got me probably my first 2 jobs, because by then I was using .NET Core. But really, it was such a great skill to have, and you stood out so much back then. I kind of want you guys to know how different it was just 10 years ago. It's like, oh, you're a front engineer. That's unique. That's different. That's something that we can't really find a lot of good front end engineers. So, I mean, that led to me being a front end engineer primarily for the first at least 5 years. And this is probably like an 80-20 split front end to back end engineering. But yeah, now you could kind of see where we're moving to. But like, being an AI engineer is just you're a software engineer and using AI tools to help you out. I mean, that will always be a job. At least for the next 20 years. I mean, let's be real. Like, does anyone just sit down and think like, oh, with all the compute in the world, like, can we actually solve these problems? Like, no one's thought of that. It's just like, we need more compute. Like, it doesn't work. We need more compute. We need more servers. We need more RAM. We need boom, boom, boom. It's like, at what point, if we have everything, does it still not give us what we want? At how much money do we want to burn to figure this out? Because it could very easily be that with all the compute we could find in the world, it doesn't work. It doesn't work to be God, I forget the word for it. Just my mind's been polluted with agentic engineering, agent. It's just been polluting my mind. God, what's this stupid word called? Artificial superintelligence. Artificial general intelligence. I mean, will we even get to these? Who knows? If you do want to do ML in the future, I really recommend the Machine Learning Specializations by Andrew Ng, just in case you ever get interested in. Yeah, I mean, of course, I probably will be picking up more machine learning in the future, man. I really appreciate that. I will copy Andrew's name down just to make sure I pick up some of his stuff. All right, man, I got to go. Thanks so much for the info. Hope you deserve it. Have a blessed day. Hey, man, you too. Take care. All right, another good day today. Made a lot of really good progress here. I gotta probably go soon. I gotta actually get some client work done. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's make chips. Not full width. Text high contrast. With the background color more. And let's also make the size of the font the same as the referral fee bill. Okay, so we're gonna update the size of this, make this easier to see for the services. No, let's do that. The top services can only be 2. All right, this is fine for now. I didn't like the full width. This is fine. All right. Fix top service. Go ahead and commit what we have today and give a commit message of what we've completed today within our code. And then let's also add to-dos for tomorrow. For the to-dos for tomorrow, we could go over the favorites list. We could go over the styling of the page. We could go over the styling of the messaging UI. And that's pretty much where I want to start at. So let's go over those for tomorrow. Okay, go ahead and update the to-dos at empty and the commit message. And once you update the commit message and commit everything, go ahead and push up. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Short one today. We'll get after it again tomorrow. Take care, guys.